battle scars, this is painful. They know, we know. Without meaning, I burst through the clouds. I tried to sort out, I cracked the ground. This is all. Cause you got me as if you've never seen this come off. It's cardboard filling spaces in the pavement, in the road. Turn the corner, laughing as the sentiment explodes. The gods are putting everything on you.
Well, hello there. You're listening to 97.9 CHSR. I'm Dusty from Kill Matilda. And keep listening.
This holiday season, try to remember that giving is about much more than presents. It's about being present. Give kindness, patience, and time. Show people around you that you really care. Help a neighbor. Support something local. Simply share a smile and hold the door. Every gesture makes a difference. We appreciate each of our volunteers and all of you listeners. Thank you for spreading joy this season.
NB Lung wants to thank our lung health champions for 91 years of support. Help us continue our environmental advocacy and lung health programs. Become a champion today at nblung.ca. Thank you.
The Canadian Human Trafficking Hotline is now live to help victims and survivors get vital social and emergency services. If you need help or want to help stop human trafficking, call 1-833-900-1010.
It's 9 p.m. on a Monday. Do you know where your radio is tuned? Tune in to CHSR 97.9 FM for Away from the Mire, a genre-defying exploration of the world of music through the eyes of a child of the 90s. Catch Away from the Mire live Mondays on CHSR at 9 p.m.
Make it go live. Ladies and gentlemen.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to episode 428 of the Maritime Paintball Podcast. My name is Brad O'Dell. With me, as always, is...
Your incredible king of paintball.
Absolutely. My microphone is all sorts of... Who is using this microphone? My God, it's like pointed straight down at the floor. You'd have to be like... And I am a short man, so... Well, no, for real. Like, it's like pointed... Like, you know what it actually looks like? It's, you know, when you watch... it's like the exact opposite of like any heavy metal or punk singer you've ever seen, where like the microphone is like up here and pointed straight up, and they're always like talking like this. Except it's way down here, so I don't really know what's going on here. But I'm gonna mess with the microphone for a bit.
Michael Jackson's here with us.
Michael Jackson is there with you in the corner. His creepy little profile. I hear a buzzing in my ear
too.
And I think it's... Oh, so I think it's just the... No, never mind. It's just the driver on the headphone. Folks, if you're listening to us on... what was I going to say? I've totally lost my train of thought.
Sorry, I distracted you because we are live on
Thank
beautiful 91.9 CHSR in Fredericton, New Brunswick, on their beautiful UNB campus in the Student Union Building. You can go over there and bang on the windows or press a ham against that window.
Did you say a hand or a ham?
Love it. Ham.
Oh, okay.
Press a ham against
both
the back
are appropriate and acceptable.
Exactly.
But
especially a Christmas ham. You put a little hat on top of it.
Yeah.
So our
folks,
friends on Facebook. Hi.
Yeah. Ryan Russell's there. Gerald. I don't know why I got Gerald. Gerald Lavoie.
Yep.
Actually sounds like a UFC fighter.
Or an emo singer.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. 100%. We're going to get the, as always, we got the lines are open, 506-453-4979. We're in the off season, folks, so if you got anything at all you want to talk about, give us a call. We got a simple topic we're going to talk about today. We're going to get to in a minute, but let's talk about the announcement that was made a few days ago. 2025 Tippmann Challenge. Hold on, what is it? The Commando
D-Day,
Action
baby.
Center Tippmann Challenge D-Day
Ladies and gentlemen.
is happening May 31st to June 1st, I believe was the date.
29th.
Sorry, yes. 29th?
Jesus,
No,
Bradley,
May
get your
30th.
dates right.
30th is a Friday. May 30th to June 1st.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Either way, it's going to kick ass.
absolutely.
It's going to be fun.
It's the last weekend of May. That's all you need to know.
Yeah.
It's always a good time. Always a fantastic time. It's going to be an even better time this time around because, and I'll tell you why, because we said so. So it's going to be fantastic. It's every year they've gotten, the game has gotten smoother, and they've added some ridiculous, fantastic, and awesome little side gigs. The fact that you got a tattoo last year, I'm getting a tattoo this year. Come hell or high water,
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm getting
I'm
a tattoo.
so happy. Oh, did I tell you I named him?
No,
Fudd.
it's acceptable. I like that. It works. It works. I don't know why it works,
Fud.
but it works. I'm okay with that. I'm okay with that.
If
I'm
Fudd is
not okay with this
listening,
microphone. though.
Or any of the grumpies, they can fill Brad in because I can't while we're on the air. Why Fudd is his name? But I bring him with me wherever I go.
Kind of have to. He's
And
kind of stuck to your leg.
Give me a cheese grater.
Oof. All right there, Mo Sislak. We're going to take back your NRA tattoo. I didn't get the tattoo. Yeah, I didn't get the tattoo yet. Ah. What was I doing? Yes. So that's happening. So apparently there's already rumblings amongst some of the folks that I play Fortnite with that they're already like pumped, and they're getting their friends pumped, and they're like, let's go. And we're basically calling them the Renters chapter. Because they're just
The what chapter?
the renters. Because it's just a bunch of renters, like the people who've barely played paintball before, and they're like, look, we want to go. And we're like, all right, let's do this. Let's go.
That's the best thing to do.
Yeah, I love it. I love it.
Rumor is Moncton is talking about getting a bus and
So,
bringing a whole gaggle of those.
I would love to talk to Josh about how he's pulling that off, because when I looked into it, because I did look into it one time, I was like, let's get a party bus. That'd be fun. Drivers are only allowed to drive for 8 hours. So you need 2 drivers, or you need to stay overnight somewhere. I guess it's a rule of some
Or
kind.
you just
so
rent a bus and you get a crooked driver.
that's the other option. Or if you
I'm
know
not
somebody with a
advocating
class,
that,
was it class 5? You need a class 5 license,
yeah.
which is ridiculous. I don't
It's
understand
11
why you need a
passengers.
class.
Everybody has a class 5. You have a class 5.
No, I thought I had a class 7. No, class 7 is beginners. Yeah, class 5, and then the other one's class 3.
Yeah, there's a step up, and then there's like your air brake for like bigger buses.
Yeah, yet any Tom, Dick, or Harry can walk off the street and buy a full size RV bigger than some transport trucks.
I can rent a gigantic, like 28-foot long U-Haul with nothing but a driver's license, and it doesn't even need to be a class 5. It just needs to be a 7.
Right? That's what's scary. So we need to we don't even need a big bus. We just need like,
I don't need a bus at all, homie. I got the embassy. I'm
yeah, that's true.
leaving the Thursday night before, and I'm sleeping like Thursday after work. I'll sleep in Quebec, like just across the border. Get there around 11 o'clock. Sleep, rack out for the night. Get up in the morning and make the rest of the drive. Get there for just around supper time, which is when we would have got there before, except we're not burnt out and tired.
Yeah, because if you stop, even if you even stop just for 4 or 5 hours just to rack out.
Like if I left here at 4,
Yep.
picked you up at 6, we
Yep.
drove until 11 o'clock.
Yeah,
12, call it 12 o'clock.
just make it a nice
And
round number, midnight. Yeah,
That'll rack you out somewhere around Santa Luisa, haha, maybe RDL.
yep,
And you pull off in one of those sweet little side of the road pull off things.
yep.
Rack out for
So the
6
sun's
hours,
up. Let's
7.
be honest. Sun gets up. Trailer's
You're a
gonna be pretty
monster.
bright.
yeah, one of us will be awake by sunup, and then off we go.
Yeah.
From there, it's another 8-hour drive. So puts you there just about supper time when we roll up to the Grumpy Shack. We roll up to Gom Way. I set up number 2. We get number 1 going.
Yep.
And we start the party.
Yep.
And I'm not burned out and puking behind the
Right.
shed.
Yeah.
Or trying to think about ways I can murder Turtle and get away with it.
Right. And we're not.
I didn't love anybody that night.
No. But you're right, because if we make the trip, if we just like straight made the shot like we do usually, you end up stopping every 2 or 3 hours, right? Because like one of us is our heads snapping back and forward, need to stretch, need to get out. Yeah. But if you, if you just stop in the middle of the night, just rack out for 4 or 5 hours and hit the road
Get
again.
up in the morning and make a fresh pot of coffee.
Right? Yeah.
Take
hit
a
the
leak.
road.
We got a bog.
Yep.
That's the way to do it.
Yep.
Now, when the time comes, we're going to have to pimp out Mr. Matthew Lightfoot and his trailer for RV Easy. Mr. Lightfoot is the one that had the
Yeah. We're
meth
still
trailer.
going to have to use. I think there's still situations that he is definitely somebody we should call.
I've already got my spot. Mm-hmm. I've already got my spot at NME, bud.
Yeah, no, I mean
there's
like
room for the mobile
like
embassy.
you're
we actually have our spot.
Yeah. No, I mean the embassy's great. I'm just thinking like there would be.
There is no situation.
No,
in which
there really
I'm
isn't.
going
I
to
can't think
pay
of a
for-
situation we need it.
Sorry, there isn't. If we're at NME, I can use their sexy outdoor showers. I sleep naked and I shower naked. And if somebody wants to come find me in those woods, see you there.
He sleeps naked.
So-
He showers naked. He plays naked.
No. No.
Just see you sprinting by in just a cup.
God, no. No. I have too many soft and chunky spots, man.
Soft and
would
chunky
hurt.
spots. Yeah, it's true. I'm there with
Bump
you,
my
buddy.
gut type of spots. Nightmare's going to be there.
Where?
I'm assuming.
Oh, Commando?
Hmm.
Oh, yeah. He'll
And
be
if
there.
He isn't, I'll find him.
No. He'll be there because he's going to be living. He lives in Ontario now, so he'll be there. But he's going to be. I don't know. Actually, I need to talk to him. I haven't talked to him for ages. But he's going to be doing his thing
call.
as he does. You know, he's going to.
Can you call people?
I don't actually have his cell phone number. But yes, technically I can.
Don't make me think about asking for that and putting that up in the chat. He'd kill me.
I don't think I can make long distance calls.
I would hope not. She's not stupid. She wouldn't let us be calling anybody.
I mean, it's the UMB's phone system. I'm sure the university could afford a long distance call. Paul, hoping to go to D-Day. Is there a sniper squad again? I would assume so. And I assume Savaggio, the Savage one, is doing that thing again.
Yeah. I am going to hook up with the medic squad.
I'm hopefully going to have a microphone in my hand because it's what I do best.
Nice. That was smooth. I'm hoping to run run with the medics, and because that was a lot of fun. And the rumor is that there's a filthy Kaiser who is he's starting to start the rumblings already. So I'm gonna have to bring the we'll have to bring the bratwurst, and we shall dine.
We already stomped him last year.
Armistice.
Does he really want to get stomped again?
I mean,
we'll just keep stomping them. I want to know who the generals are going to be, who the captains are going to be, because I am very curious about that. Because last year we had, who was it? It was Tonka versus the boys from Frontline, right? Pat McGooey.
Yep.
So I wonder who's going to do it this year, because I haven't heard anything about it. Honestly, I haven't really heard or seen.
They just announced the dates, so
yeah, no, but I was going to say, like, I haven't heard from Tonka in forever and a day. I haven't really heard from or seen anything from Pat or any of the boys from Frontline.
No, they're still doing their thing. They were actually, I saw some really nice sweaters that they sent around to some of the lads. They were nice looking shirts. It was real nice of them. They sent one to Rhino. I saw the video. So they're staying busy, which is good. Pat's coming, obviously, like you guys saw.
No, it was just dawned on me that I haven't seen any of their stuff.
Good.
But I also haven't been as like on social media as I normally have.
You've been a little ghosty from work and being a father and a masochist.
Yes. Speaking of which, it was really funny. Totally not paintball related, but it's kind of funny that
at this point, this show is not about paintball on the best of days until the season starts.
But I got a random text out of nowhere from the company that I interned with. The owner of the company texted me. He's like, "Hey man," he's like, "We haven't chatted in ages. What's going on?" And I was like, "No, what's up?" He's like, "You got a minute to talk?"
You pay now.
And I was like, "Yeah, I got time to talk." And I figured he was going to say, like, "Hey, man, I finally got that funding. Do you want to come work for me part-time?" And I was just going to inform him, like, I'm already working full-time, yada, 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 right? But you never know. You don't want to burn bridges like that. So I was like, yeah, I could chat, whatever. He's like, "Hey, remember that PowerShell script you wrote for us when you were interning?" I was like, "Yeah." He says, "Cool, man. It broke, and we can't fix it. Can we pay you to fix it?" Yes, you can.
As a matter of fact, you can.
Yeah, so that's a small little itty bitty
cash.
Oh, it's 100% going to be a no. I think it's going to actually have to be a proper.
Yes, it's going to have to be a proper, documented, taxable job.
Yes, absolutely. But yeah, I thought that was kind of funny. I was like, cool, yeah, I could do that.
That was pretty cool.
Give me a shout. And then he sent all the credentials to me. And then I was like, oh wow, I still have all of like the connections still on my computer. So I was just like remoting back into their system as if I had never left the company. So I was like, you guys should fix this.
I just want to point that out.
Right?
Or not.
Eli said Pat and the boys are around. Tonka has been quiet. Apparently Tonka's doing a bit of traveling. Good for him. That's fun.
I'm glad that Eli is the source of this information. Well, again, he's our Ontario info guy.
Yeah.
We'll give a segment to Eli about what's going on in Ontario. Nothing. It's winter.
Right? It's the winter. What are we doing? Absolutely nothing. Because there's nothing to do in the winter.
It's cold and raining sideways.
Over to Ollie for the weather. It's raining sideways. Thanks, Ollie. So the idea of playing. So we still play in the snow here in the Maritimes because we're not weak, and no, that's I know plenty of folks in Ontario who play in the winter. So
you're just being a jerk. You're a little spicy tonight.
I am angry.
Tougher than me. I don't play in the winter,
and I don't know why. Angry. I kind of like today. I was just like,
come here, don't. If I had the beaver cleaver thing going on, I'd go over there. So don't harsh my mellow, okay?
Right there, Pauly Shore.
Yeah, shut your face.
Yeah, I don't know what it was. I just kind of like, I kind of just like woke up and I was like, I'm angry. So if anybody has a controversial topic they would love to hear me rant about, let me know. Because I'll just go off on it. No, did not hear about the Stinger Mech tournament that's happening this winter. Of course, it's Stinger. They're indoor. I wonder what it costs.
And where is it?
Stinger's in Ontario. Excuse me.
Is where?
Oh, excuse me.
In Yanni Town?
In Yanni Town.
What's that, Yanni? You got the pan flute going there?
Ontario, man. They're in Ontario.
Woo. Oh, well, that's okay. I'd go there. I
3 events.
I don't know if I want to go south and see TJ, but I don't really know if I want to try to cross that border right now. Dollar's not worth anything, and
the gas traveling with the gas alone down in the States would bankrupt you from the way the Canadian dollar's converting right now.
Correct.
That's like, it's just like woof.
Actually, the gas would, based on the price of gas, it would probably balance out to being about the same as what it is here.
Oh, that's true. Yeah, they pay nothing for gas and still complain about it.
And I think we pay something like $3 or $4 a gallon, and they complain when it's $2, so or $2.25.
Yeah.
And I mean, within reason. I would be complaining too, but we're not the maritime gas price show, so we can grumble about that later.
Oh yeah, I mean, well, forever. I mean, people used to grumble about gas prices when it was 80 cents a liter. So, right.
Also, another great thing about the mobile embassy is I'll be able to make the gabagool on the road.
The gabagool.
Because all I need really is a blowtorch to melt that provolone and
Just
feed us.
just get a proper butane one. Don't be hitting that with like propane.
Dude, what? It wasn't propane. That was a butane.
No, what I'm saying is I could see like outside here.
No.
If it's just the blue tank, just putting all.
Oh, you animal! I got my micro torch for soldering.
Yeah.
For when I have to solder parts on my paintball markers and
melt cheese on a
and melt
sandwich.
cheese on my gabagool sandwich.
That mech tournament sounds
yeah.
fun though. Mech only, 3 events, 5.5 balls per second for
right?
space guns. The
So
that
much
seems
fun.
slow. Even for mech, 5.5. I don't know. That just seems really slow.
5.5.
Yeah, like setting an electro to 5.5 and then having mech only.
Oh, well, yeah. Hell yeah,
No, but I feel
Hell
like
yeah.
most
You wanna
mechs can go faster than 5.5.
they can. 100%.
So why did the
Why you bring an electro to a mech tournament?
I don't know. Why even give it an option?
Because you have to give them an option because they'll whine otherwise.
Yeah.
Sorry, just saying.
Yeah,
You're
no,
gonna whine
no,
matter
I hear
what.
ya. I
People
just
are gonna
like-
complain no matter what, but
But I don't understand the logic of mech is uncapped.
5.5 is real low though.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Like 8.5 would be a more standard number. Like 8.5 would be more standard to
Can
like.
anybody give us a little more feedback on why that would be? I'm kind of curious.
Yeah. I mean, Josh is just feeding us the info. He's not involved with it. So. But yeah, I don't know. Anyways, whatever. Yeah, you got to be inclusive. I mean, at this point, frankly, paintball fields everywhere should be doing everything in their power to get everybody out playing, and
Exactly,
not finding reasons to separate anybody. That was actually something. That was a conversation, very brief conversation I had. Somebody had posted on Reddit about the decline of paintball, and I know we hear it all the time. Paintball's dying. Paintball's dying. Paintball's dying. We've been hearing it since I started playing in 2007. Paintball's dying. It's not. I don't think that it's dying, but I definitely think we're seeing a shift in what's the wording I'm looking for? Basically, a lot of paintball fields are being run by people who don't understand today's world. You know what I mean? Like a lot of the field owners are in their 50s, a little maybe older. They started back in the 80s and the 90s, started a paintball field, and now it's like, oh, we're in 2024 and I can't get anybody to come to my field. And it's like, well, where do you advertise? Well, I've got a billboard out on highway, on Route 106. It's like, great. The old Trans-Canada that nobody uses anymore. Like
And nobody's used that boony road in a while.
right?
But
it's like, do you post on Facebook? Yeah, I post like on the day we have events. All right, well, that's not how that works. Like
I appreciate your gusto, but I think, and again, because I'm always drawing the pro wrestling angle, is that it's in peaks and valleys.
We're definitely going to
And
see a valley because the
We're
economy
in a
is
valley
so
right
rough
now
right
because
now.
of the economy.
Yeah,
We know that.
and it's going to
So-
get worse, man. Especially with the Canadian dollar being so garbage, paint's going to get more expensive.
Can
gonna
we
be-
get? Is there a Canadian paint maker?
GI makes their paint in Montreal,
Okay.
but I don't know where they source their raw ingredients. I imagine the raw ingredients are not produced in Canada.
I don't know about that. There's a question we should be asking.
Yeah, if I could ever get
Because
hold of
then if you
anyone
could
from GI. come on the show. That'd be great. That'd be cool. That'd be a cool question to ask. Caleb's in the chat. What's happening, man? Gage says the old guys don't like change, and that's their main problem. 100%. They just it's always worked this way. Well, yeah, it needs to change. It's actually the conversation I was having with my employer. Well, the client of my employer, about they're trying to attract new members, and I was like, cool. So what do you do? And they're like, oh, well, we go door to door. I'm like, that's a bad idea. Like,
yeah, someone comes door to door to me, I like close my blinds and hide.
well, that's what I said. I was like, well, what else do you do? Oh, well, we try calling. That's also a bad idea. Nobody answers their phone anymore. Do you send? What else do you do? Well, we send emails from time to time. Cool. So it goes to spam. It's like, I'm not hearing what you need to be doing here, folks. Like, why aren't you sending out text messages? Why aren't you using social media? Why
aren't you sending out singing telegrams?
Yeah, absolutely. Carrier pigeons. You know.
Yep.
Why does your website look like it was built by GeoCities back in the early 2000s?
Strippergram.
Ooh, strippergram. Can you get a strippergram in Fredericton? Are we allowed to talk about that? I'm sorry if we're not, but I'm curious now. But anyways, yeah, it's just.
I mean, you have to be. There are some desperate. Hi, Kev. He's not listening. If he is, he's going to show up in my house and be unhappy with me, but that's all right. And if anybody named Kevin that isn't him gets offended, up yours. Sorry. Yeah, it's paintballs in peaks and valleys. That's what it's going to be. It'll
100%
come out of it.
It'll always. That's the thing is, it'll always be peaks and valleys, right? Like, and that's a thing that happens with all industries.
And there's always going to be some of our friends, the masochists, who are out there doing this to themselves, one way or another.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Selling a kidney to be able to afford paint. Looking at you, first strike shooters.
Yeah, I think we are seeing. It'll never fully go away. If industries and sports, excuse me, like what was the name of that sport?
Dude, if lacrosse can have a resurgence after like 25 years, paintball is gonna.
I wasn't even gonna say. I was gonna go even wilder. The fact that like there are large, expensive organizations that it's basically hobby horsing, hobby horse.
There is an ESPN 8, the Ocho, and it's actually a thing.
Hobby horse.
I thought ESPN 8, the Ocho, was just a joke from Dodgeball. It isn't. There is actually one that just shows ridiculous sports.
Yeah, like tire wrestling or car wrestling.
Yes.
Have you seen that one?
No.
That one's where they put two guys in a car and they have to sit in the front seats, like passenger and driver seat with their seatbelts on, and then like they hit a buzzer, and then it's the first one to kick the other one out of the car wins.
Oh, that sounds wild.
It's ridiculous.
I was gonna say I like watching those like Russian 5v5 fights.
Oh yeah, the 5v5
when the one
UFC
big guy
stuff.
fights the two little guys. I love watching that stuff, man.
Dude.
That's entertaining fighting. UFC's boring. There's too many rules. Watch this little guy.
Right.
These two little guys try to whoop this gigantic Irish, what looks to be a bouncer.
Right.
or my friend's dad after one too many Jack and Cokes.
It's like let's create a fighting competition with no weight class, no rules, and let's see what happens. And just watch this 6.5 foot tall guy just throw a 4 foot guy around the ring, just using him as a weapon.
Sister. God rest her soul. If there had been some sort of little people fighting at pro wrestling, she hated it. She was terrified of little people. It was the weirdest thing. And I always wanted to take her to the wrestling matches with it and just watch her just lose her mind. Would love to. Oh, God, I just had a moment there, my sister. Sorry.
That does kind of gives me an idea though, not the little people thing, but let's mix it up. Some fields needs to mix it up. We need some weird and wonderful like games, or we need to go back to basics. I would love to see more fields hosting more big games that are like D-Day where there's not that many rules. D-Day's not that complicated. Right? You got some flags, you hold the flags. That's it. It's basically conquest.
If you want
Or
to play the
domination.
objective, you can.
Yeah, that's what I mean, right?
If
Like
you
it's
want to go pew-pew, you can. And if you want to get a party on in the staging area,
you do that.
you can.
That's what I'm saying. It's not complicated. Right? It's not complicated. I'd like to see a lot more fields do that.
So.
There's definitely money required. You got to invest some cash into that. But it'd be kind of cool. It'd be nice to see a little bit more of that happen. It's a bit of a risk, I understand. So being able to sit here on a microphone and just be like, I don't know the paintball field. I'm going to tell you how you should run yours.
Oh,
it doesn't
right.
really translate.
If
and I'm
Josh hasn't told us to shove it yet, we're okay.
Right. I think Josh has the right idea with bringing in the laser tag stuff.
I swear to God, that laser tag thing was so cool. I can't wait to do that again.
Yeah, I'm really hoping he keeps it running through the winter because I'd like to try again. Try to get out there.
Love it.
Right? I've been seeing more and more of these really badass looking jelly blasters that are like 1-to-1 mag fed. And then you put a special attachment on the end of the barrel that's got a liquid in it. And when it's battery operated, and when the ball goes through and the sensor detects it, it flashes and a little puff of vapor comes out. And I'm like, that is just too fun. Right? Like it's stupid fun is what it is. And I was like, that's I would love to do that, right? It's like
silly, yeah.
Yeah, it's just silly. It's just dumb. It's just fun. It's ridiculous. I don't think they go very far. I don't think they're terribly accurate, and frankly, I don't care. But it sounds like a fantastic way to it's like, it's like, hey, we've only got 10 guys showed up today. Go play some paintball, and then like, who wants to toss another $10 and let's do the jelly blasters.
I said it before. There was nothing funnier than watching that group of guys with the jelly blasters.
Right? And it's not even just watching them play, but when Dave walked over with the barrel, the bucket of them, and the blasters, and just put it down, and everyone just de-aged. Everyone just went from
first
30 to 40 to
side-eyed them. And a couple of the young guys went over and picked them up, and then the old guys started kind of creeping over to watch them.
Yeah.
And then
it turned into, give me that. And, and then the old dude's just running around.
I don't know which one Ryan Russell is, but yes, I do like to hang out in the staging area. I very much do. I
Nothing
like
wrong
it
with
there. There's usually good food, good entertaining people. I'm a terrible paintballer, so
nothing wrong with any of that. Oh, sorry, I'm checking I have to keep an eye on my phone because we have a babysitter watching the kids. So.
Oh, please tell me it's somebody responsible.
Yes. Mostly.
That's disappointing.
I don't know. She's a high schooler.
No, Mr. Simpson, cats are a living being. I don't care. Brad's gonna be in the paper tomorrow because he tried to grab the Venus Yummy to Milo. See you in hell, Candy Boys.
See you in hell, Candy Boys.
Things that like Simpsons that like live in your mind rent free.
It's for me. It's
plan.
Lisa needs braces. Dental plan. Lisa needs braces.
Yeah. Oh my God. And I'm just giggling about The Simpsons, right?
It's just because today I got sent
Monty Python.
I got sent them the little video of somebody got Abe Simpson's entire speech of written on their leg, where it's like, so I tied an onion to my belt as it was the style at the time. It's like the entire thing, the entire dialogue is on Buddy's leg.
That's dedication to the bit.
It really was.
Is what that is.
It really was.
I appreciate dedication to a bit. Like, you need to be really willing. Pat, I had so much fun at Wasaga. I cannot wait to go back there again.
Yeah.
I had a ride with those guys, but I have fun wherever I go. But that field is something else. That valley when we were up along the tape line and you were looking down, and there's dudes running back and forth, and you're just shooting down into this valley. And then when they figure out where they are and they turn around and they look at you, and they just started going, bah! And they painted the hell out of me. And we laughed like a pair of idiots. Like, what do you do?
Yeah. Yeah. What do you,
Don't worry, tell the medic, just like stay there, man.
Yeah. Don't
like me, man.
even
I'm good.
bother.
I'm good. Thank you. I need to go back to the staging area.
Right. I'm gonna need a minute after this. I'm gonna need a minute. Yeah. Apparently you guys missed me at Wasaga. Good to know that I was missed.
You were. Flat Brad just doesn't have.
Probably won't be there this year,
personality.
but this coming year. But
I mean,
we will see.
He can be. He can be.
We will see.
In spirit, we'll get a fresh Flat Brad.
Yep.
I won't be flying in. I will not have to sit on trains. That was actually the one of the least bad parts of the badness that happened on that trip. Nothing involved the trains. I'm still shocked that that's the one efficient thing I discovered in Ontario is that trade system. Otherwise, the entire province looks like the cities look like an industrial zone in SimCity, and the rural areas look like New Brunswick.
Yes, there is no fine line.
Oh yeah, there is. There is a hard to find line when you get to the edge of Toronto.
Oh no, I mean there's like sorry, yeah, I guess
like
there's no, I guess there is a fine line. I guess what I was trying to say is there is a hard fine line. There's no transition period.
Mr. McGooey. You are not an idiot. You're a silly, silly boy.
Why is he saying he's an
that's
idiot?
Fine. I don't know, but
All right.
he's not.
All right.
He's probably being funny, and he's adorable, so we'll let that one slide. You're cute, so we'll let it slide, honey.
We'll allow it this one time. Yeah. So we're yeah. Sorry. So originally we were going to talk about playing in the snow, and some of the times we've had, and frankly, I've played in like plus temperatures, like +5, where it's still snow, but it's warm, and you're running around in just a sweater. That is the best.
Oh,
+5, +2, where as long as you're moving around, you're warm.
Yeah, we played a couple of those, and I really enjoyed those very much.
Those are fun. I've played in a -25 blizzard one time. That sucked. Glad I did it, so that I can say that I did it. Wow, it sucked. There was one time we played. It was funny, man. It was funny. Me and Nightmare were playing, and we both got pinned behind this little mound of snow. The field owner had gone and had shoveled paths, and like at the end of each path, he put a pile of snow. So he had done that thinking just to build these paths really quick and easy, right? He just took the front loader and just pushed up made these little mounds of snow. What he didn't take into account was that it kind of rained the next day. So where he had scraped the snow off had turned into sheets of ice.
God.
Which ended up working out in our favor, sort of. So me and Brian, Nightmare there, we got stuck behind the snow. Now, luckily the snow is still soft, so we're getting shot at. So I ended up like poking my finger through and like digging out a small hole so that I could just kind of like shoot through the hole. And then Brian, being the excitable character that he is, just whole hand, just poof, and knocks all the snow down and like completely exposes us. So
I have nothing to say about exposing Nightmare in a firefight.
So he gets up and he runs and he slips on the ice and he ends up on his ass and he's shooting. So I run after him and I slip in the exact same spot, but I ended up like sliding up into him. So my legs are wrapped up around his shoulders, and my paintball marker ended up beside his head, and we both lying on the ice, just shooting at somebody trying to get us. That was fun. And then in the same match, I was snap shooting with this guy, and I had no paint. I like none. So I'm like snap shooting back and forth, and I'm snapping in and out with him, and then. he yells out of nowhere. He goes, "You missed me. I'm not like you didn't hit me." And so I yelled back, "I've got no paint." And he yells back at me. He goes, "Neither do I." So we were both just trying to snap shoot each other with no paint. So when we realized that, as soon as he yells out, "I've got no paint," and I yelled, "Neither do I," or vice versa, the ref that was between us just looks at us both, and all you hear is snowballs count. So we both ran into the center of the field and just started whipping snowballs at one another, trying to get the other one out. And
I like that. That's a ref who is on his toes.
that was
That's a good
Aaron.
ref.
That was Aaron from Hillsborough.
That tracks.
Yeah, so he's just like snowballs count.
100% tracks
So
with Aaron.
this paintball game just de-evolved or evolved, I guess, into a snowball fight.
I don't know what the term for lateral evolution is, but I'll take it.
Right? It's slided into the snowballs.
Offshoot? Evolutionary offshoot?
Yeah. And even the guys that had the markers dropped them and just picked up snowballs and started throwing snowballs at each other. That was a good time.
Yeah.
That was fun. That was a great day. Had a blast.
The times I played out at Hillsborough, the only times I've played in the snow. But that time in the train, I laughed so friggin' hard at the guys on the train, the three fellas, and they just turned around and started shooting as we were coming across the bridge. And you're trying to get across, and if you manage to get into the trenches, you could sneak quite a ways along. So I'm creeping along, and I just look and I see something move, and I'm looking, I'm like, I know there's someone there, and I'll hear snap. I look down, I'm shot. Son of a bitch. And I turn around and I see Brad, and he's standing in the ditch going,
Hi.
I knew you were coming this way. I'm like, I hate you. Turn around.
That's when I watched you for a good 2 minutes, like you creeping up, and somehow you didn't notice me. But I think you were more worried about the train than the trench.
I was, but I also was moving very quietly. For me, shockingly quietly.
Yeah.
It was just Brad could see me.
Yeah, I just noticed you before you noticed me, and I just kind of watched you walk towards me. And then when I knew you were close enough, I was like, bah. And that was funny.
The paint we used was decent.
I think it was graffiti.
Once we used graffiti, another time they were like blue.
Oh, we did use polar ice. Or frostbite.
Yeah.
Frostbite.
Yeah, we used frostbite one year.
Yeah.
That stuff was good. I mean, any paint's going to really act the same.
Thing with...
I never really noticed the difference. The only time I've ever noticed a difference, 5-star, fancy speedball paint, yes, you notice the difference. But in terms of, durability, the winner of that is still the Huntsman.
Yes, the downside to Huntsman...
That razzle-dazzle paint. Oh.
Yeah, the only...
You put that into a mag-fed, that stuff snapped.
Oh, it was fantastic. It was great stuff. The only downside to it is where it was manufactured makes it basically impossible to get.
Yeah.
Right? Which sucks, because it was good paint.
It's a mag-fed... I mean, it's a paint made for mag-fed players, so these people are clearly not concerned about making money.
Well, no, because it was paint made by a pharmaceutical manufacturer. The company that Proshar, the ones that were creating the Huntsman, their main bread and butter, 90% of their manufacturing was making gel caps for medicine. So that's why they were so good with the formula, right? And I think they just kind of branched out and was like, cool, we can make I'm guessing originally it was probably made for police training and riot control.
Tagging rogue patients as they're in the hospital.
Yeah, right, absolutely. And
so Jimbo from the psych ward. Just tag him with the purple. You'll know which you'll know which ward he comes
all
from.
The ones tagged in purple are from the psych ward. Blue is cardiology.
Yeah, yellow are the predators. So you gotta pick them off if they get a little too rowdy.
Too rowdy.
They start seeing that flower looking at them funny. You gotta watch out for those ones.
Yeah, it was that was good paint though. That stuff was great. That was good stuff. And then dealing with the hard part about dealing with the cold is that if it's too warm, The paint made for colder temperatures gets soft, and so it bounces and it hurts more. And then
If it gets too cold, it blows in your gun.
yeah,
And
right. And
that's
if it,
it.
yeah, so you're kind of like you got to play this back and forth. They were made by Art Life Paintball. Yeah, but wasn't Art Life owned by a company that makes gel caps for pharmaceuticals? And the company was based out of the Netherlands, but their factory was in Russia. And
Is that Huntsman?
I thought it was Huntsman. Or maybe I'm confusing two different manufacturers here.
And if we are, this is all a big allegedly.
Yeah. Just the one that was I remember the one being really good was it was manufactured in Russia. The company was based out of the Netherlands, but they built the factory in Russia probably for the cost of labor. And when everything went sideways with the whole Ukraine thing, it just wasn't worth it. They were like, we're not moving this factory.
It's unfortunate because they really did make yeah, it was Huntsman.
Yeah.
They made really good paint.
Yeah, it was good stuff. I remember it.
It held. The only thing that comes close to it in a MagFed gun, a marker, in my opinion, is graffiti. Because graffiti, anything can shoot a graffiti.
See, now graffiti shoots, it comes out, but I found that graffiti is really hit or miss with the accuracy because they pack it so tight.
Oh yeah, I didn't say that. Whoa! I said any gun, any marker. Can shoot graffiti.
Yeah.
It is like it. If you combine the Tipman and the graffiti, or in modern terms, the Nova and the graffiti, anything within reasonable range, it doesn't matter. You can throw enough paint and you're gonna hit it.
Yeah, I've just had really bad luck with graffiti because it's so tightly
you put
packed.
it in a T15.
No, anything. Even shooting it out of the Mini, shooting it out of an Axe. It's just, if it's not stored perfectly, they pack that paint so tight that it tends to warp, in my opinion. And you can see the box size difference. Graffiti is packed so tight. The boxes are so small compared to GI's paint. So, but anyways, that and again, that's like storage, right? So it's not Vulcan's fault if somebody stores graffiti wrong. So lay the blame where appropriate. But yeah, New World's good. I like New World. It's decent stuff. I just don't shoot enough with the MagFed anymore to really stay up on top of the.
I really intend to this year get at least one or two good MagFed only games under my belt. I was saying last week I want to take Tim to a MagFed only game in Quebec somewhere with the C1D lads because I think he would like them, and I know he'll love MagFed, and it'd kind of give me that go if you can't come with me, and I don't know if I want to deal with you getting mad and yelling at them.
Look. You stand on one bunker and scream at one event organizer, and you're suddenly labeled for life as somebody who disturbs things. So, whatever. You're not wrong, though. No, I wouldn't get angry. I might get angry. I think I was just extra angry because I was tired, dehydrated, and it was the last honey badger.
So, again, another point for the trailer system. So, if we wanted to go to Legends.
Mm-hmm.
Got one in Ontario?
Mm-hmm.
Like in the deep corner of Ontario?
Adrenaline.
It's farther away than any other ones?
Yeah.
We could do it. And it would not be as expensive.
We could. I just still don't know if I can make it or not. But that's conversation for later next year.
We find someone to care for your children. We set your old lady up with enough partying time. She won't even notice you're gone for a weekend.
We'll see if we can make it work.
Oh, you have little faith.
So, hit up a MagFed game. See what you should try and do. What I'd love to see you do is find a really, really hardcore MagFed only game that's got all the bells and whistles and all the rules and all the crazy LARPing stuff. And then go and find a more relaxed MagFed only game and so you could get both sides of it. Because I've been in both, and you know my opinion.
That's what I mean, Ryan. I do. I know your opinion of it.
So I'd love for you to experience that.
Honestly, if I'm going to do one of those, there's only, I mean, Legends, it's going to be a ball. But if I'm going to do it, I'm going to call Jesse. I go do a raid. I would go to the raid.
But Raid's not a Milsim event.
Oh, right. Shit.
It's Meg fed, but it's more competitive oriented. It's a very interesting hybrid. I think you should go hit up the compound where Ryan Bell's been running those things. That would be your hardcore, and then the raid would be your more standard, traditional, old school Megfit only game.
Okay, I think that would be fun to go and
because the raid's got points, like they have more points, more rules for points and whatnot. But I think you should go find an event where it's more like you put these accessories on the T15, therefore you can't shoot as far as my T15 because I put different accessories on it.
If it serves a purpose in the story,
that's the difference. No, that's what I'm saying. That's kind of the difference between the two types of games.
Call Ryan Bell for that. That would be fun. Yeah, that would be fun.
So yeah, go check those out, and then apparently the raid's at the compound.
Next.
Well, the compound's going to become the raid is going to become the new, or the compound's going to become the new PRZ. It's going to fill that void. It's not going to fill it entirely. Let's be honest. PRZ will never be matched. It was the GOAT.
But that's okay.
Yeah.
That means we have to. But that means there has to be a new GOAT.
Well, the compound's going to do its best. It's just it's not the compound's fault that they don't have several multi-storied concrete buildings on their property.
Where is the compound?
That I really don't know. Because for a long time it was kept secret because it was airsofters only. It was one of those like you got to know a guy to get in, and now they're kind of opening it up and realizing that like, oh hey, we can invite paintballers, and they're not a bunch of knuckle dragging heathens. They're just heathens.
Or knuckle draggers.
But not both. Yeah.
Generally not both.
Yeah. We try not to be both. We can be. Some of us like to stand on bunkers and scream at event organizers, but
some of us just
and those same people get handed a microphone at other paintball fields. So
Sudbury.
How far away is Sudbury from here?
On it.
Way ahead of you.
Clearly.
Except if I could type Sudbury, Ontario, directions from, we'll do my house.
And then add 2 hours for me.
Yeah. Oof.
16.
Yeah, so you're looking at 18 and a half.
Oh, it's 16 for you.
Yeah. It's 16 and a half for me. It's 18 and a half for you.
On the other side of Hamilton?
Non-stop. Yeah, it's like in the northern tip of the province.
I've never been there. Dan.
Well, not really the northern tip. The northern tip of Ontario is much, much further away, but that is a drive.
That's a drive.
That's a long drive. I'm not, even with the trailer, man, you're looking at like, you stop halfway through for a night, let's say for 5 hours, you're looking at a 22 hour drive.
You do 12, well, it's 18 hours, so you do a 12-hour day, and then you do your second day short.
Yeah. Yeah, but you'd still be looking at like
12, 6 a.m. to 6 p.m. kind of thing.
Yeah.
And then sleep, take it easy, get up the next morning, have a cup of coffee.
Honestly,
still take 8 hours to get there.
That would honestly be, if the event was Saturday, you'd be better off almost doing like a Wednesday to Tuesday. You'd almost doing a whole week.
Oh God, yeah. If I'm doing something like that. Yeah, like I'm gonna stop someplace. I'm gonna go and see some stuff. I'm not just gonna go and play ball and come back.
Yeah.
Honestly, I want to take Simon to.
Ryan's telling me that the compound was only built last winter. I thought the compound has been around for a while, but just in the airsoft world. Could have sworn it had been around for a while. Like as like kind of not. I don't want to say outlaw field because it feels like airsofters don't really use outlaw, but
they don't. But for lack of a better term,
yeah, it operated as an outlaw field. It was sorry. I guess what it actually was is it was a private piece of land used by a private group of individuals.
Okay.
I think that was the way it was. Dan Shelley is in the chat. What's happening? He's over on YouTube. I think he's the one that. I think he started one of the newest podcasts. But his podcast comes from a media standpoint, as a.
So it's not terrible.
No, not from what I've seen so far. It's actually pretty good.
Not compared to ours.
No. I mean, he's also rubbing shoulders with some pretty awesome people, so he's able to get on the show as guests.
Oh,
yeah.
I mean, they've had that fancy gym rat lad. He was pretty cool.
Yeah, he was fun.
Fancy people don't want to touch us. Jesus.
Not anymore. I mean, to be honest, though, let's be totally honest.
Not that I ever.
I have not tried.
You could put me with fancy paintball people, and I wouldn't have a bleeding clue.
You'd have no idea.
If they're nice people, I'll have a ball.
Yeah. I also haven't been trying to get anybody on the show because, frankly, I'm too damn tired all the time. I need a vacation.
You can come play some paintball. That's a vacation, you dumbass.
I could, but I need money
You're not
this
going to
year.
have a vacation. You can do your job remotely. It's 2024. It'll be 2025.
No, what I mean is I can't spend any money.
Well, fortunately, I have a solution for that. But it involves...
I'm not selling my body.
What about other people's?
The organ donation people start asking lots of questions like, whose kidney is this and where did you get it?
My CSIS, the guy who's been listening to my CSIS calls is like, he's been crying.
He's like, oh my God, I'm paid to do this. Just let me hang up the phone.
Please, God,
dude's like looking at like cashiers at McDonald's going, I could do that. I'd be happy doing that. Yeah, honestly, I've just been really tired. I've been burnt out for months now, and I really just don't have the time or energy because I blink and suddenly the week's gone, and I was like, oh great, we have a show tonight. So yeah, I almost need a producer, somebody to do all that for me, and just be like, Brad, this person's on your show tonight. And be like, okay, cool. That would be fun.
I'm not that organized.
No, not you. God, no. I wasn't suggesting you do it.
I am not that organized. What, ridiculous? No.
No.
Absolutely not.
No, we need somebody
who knows what they're doing.
Yeah. Yeah,
who's
frankly.
dedicated and who will work for nothing.
We need a proper intern. We need somebody like 21, 22, wants like a degree in like media, needs volunteer hours or something that I can sign a piece of paper and they get school hours or something.
So for those of you just hanging out on 97.9 CHSR in Fredericton, New Brunswick, looking for an unpaid intern
who wants lots of work with no pay,
but a good reference.
But I will, but I will give you one hell of a reference. We'll see how that works. That would actually be kind of cool. Like honestly, if we can get like a high schooler or somebody who just taking like a media course or something, like
I'm glad I held my tongue for a joke, but when you said that, so
that would have been awkward.
I held my tongue. I was about to say something, and you're like, "We could get a high schooler." I'm like, "And I'm not going to say anything." I told you my CSIS agent has been listening.
But that'd be kind of cool. We can find somebody to kind of help with that and do like, hey, let's schedule. Like, you know what I need? I need an assistant. I need an assistant. I need somebody who's going to be like, hey, I've scheduled you a meeting. Go to it. And be like, okay. Like, I need somebody to tell me what to do. But that's it, folks. We got less than a minute left. So thank you for hanging out with us. Happy holidays. Happy Kwanzaa. No, happy Hanukkah. Crazy Kwanzaa. What's the other one?
Tip-top tet.
Tip-top tet.
And a solemn, dignified Ramadan.
There we go. See, he knows it better than I do. I worked years for I worked retails at Walmart, so it was.
Hey!
I can't say it on the radio what I wanted to tell everybody, but.
Guess you worked at Walmart.
Yeah, I worked in retail through the holidays. Once you do that for several years, you're just done. People are like, "Happy holidays!" I'm like, "Get out!" Like, your store isn't closed for 2 hours. Don't care. Get out.
Get out.
So that's it, folks. It's been a blast. Thank you for hanging out with us. For everyone who liked, shared, and commented, and all that jazz, I truly appreciate it. And anyone listening to us on 97.9 CHSR FM, truly appreciate it. Come find us on the socials at Maritime Paintball Podcast. But until next week, cheers.
Toodles.
My show on Friday, every Friday at 5 p.m. It's a request show, but most importantly, it'll help you run for your life. So tune in, do it. Run for your life. Run for your life. Nobody's gonna wake you up. Nobody's gonna save you now.
CHSR FM